What's going on, people? Coach Trev, your accountability coach. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and let's jump into the topic for today. All right. The title is Avoiding the Coma in Your Comma. That's right. Avoiding the coma in your comma. And I'm going to give you 3 ways to avoid that coma in your comma. That's when you're goal setting and you have a pause, and that pause is prolonged. All right. So if you saw the video from yesterday, you'll understand, and I'll do a quick recap. By the way, if this is your first time to my channel, then go ahead, click the subscribe button, and also click the bell so that you'll get notifications and you'll get an alert every time I create a new video. Okay. Also, if you want for a quick collaborative call, for a complimentary collaborative call, go to talkwithtrevor.com. That's talkwithtrevor.com. You'll get on my calendar for a 30-minute call. That'll be in the description. Let's jump in. All right. So, avoiding the coma in your comma. So, as a recap from my video from yesterday, I talked about the code of the comma. Now, if you see my previous videos, you remember I've been talking about when you talk about goal setting, when you're with your goals, when you're doing goal setting, one of the key things is execution, moving forward, progressing. You cannot correct the course of a parked car. You need to be moving. You can't make adjustments if you're not going anywhere. So it's important that you're moving forward, and that you're executing. Now, yesterday I talked about the code of the comma. And what that means is this: when you're reading, anytime you see a comma, you know that that's a moment to pause, that there's something coming up, that the phrase that you just read or that you just stated means that the tone is going to change, and that this is prep for what's coming up next. But that's a moment to pause. So that's the code of the comma. When you're executing, it's important to take those pauses so you can assess, take inventory, and make sure you make the proper adjustments to achieve your goals. All right. So now, I mentioned yesterday, as I was doing the video, it came to me, avoiding the coma in your comma. All right. So what I mean by that is this: is that when you take that pause, sometimes those pauses become prolonged if they're not planned. They become extended. So that pause could go on for hours, could go on for days, for weeks, and all these things come into place, and that coma could go on for years. It wasn't planned, and you don't get back to your goals. So I want to give you 3 ways to avoid the coma in your comma. Okay. Number one, plan it. So that's going to actually, number one, plan that. So you want to plan to schedule what you're going to do in regards to regards to your comma. So as you're executing and you're going through and you're checking off the list, put on there what your comma is going to do. What are you going to do during that? You're going to assess. You're going to take a break. You're going to take a walk. What is it exactly that you're going to do in that pause period so that it's not prolonged indefinitely? So plan that. That's key. Okay? So number one, plan your comma. Plan your pause. Number two, gain accountability. Tell somebody. Tell an accountability coach like myself, or tell someone so that they will hold your feet to the fire, knowing that this is the comma that you're on, this is the pause you're on, so they know when that time comes up, they're checking in with you, making sure that you are going back to executing, going back to hitting the milestones to achieve your goals. All right, so that's going to be important. Gain accountability when you're doing that. Number three, commit to a deadline. So if you have a project that you need to deliver on, or is there something that's saying they're going to get back to you, any of those things, then that commitment is going to ensure that your comma is for a short period of time that you need to get back to delivering on what you said. So when you have that commitment's going to pull you out and keep you focused on delivering, on executing. All right. So that's a key thing, to be able to commit to a deadline so that you are back on track. Because when it comes to that comma's for a planned time. You take inventory, you take a moment, you assess, then you get back to executing. All right. So those 3 things: you have to plan it, gain accountability, and commit to a deadline to get back on track. All right, so those are 3 ways to avoid the coma and your comma. So thank you so much for watching. And just again, as a reminder, to get on my calendar for a complimentary collaborative call, go to talkwithtrevor.com. Talkwithtrevor.com. Okay. And once again, thank you so much. And as I said, if this is your first time, you're new to my channel, now would be a genius time for you to click on the subscribe button. Also, click on the bell so that you get a notification and it'll alert as to when I post these videos. There'll be a lot more coming down the line. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next vid. Be blessed.